The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is presented by WinBet. Bet $100 at WinBet, get a $100 free bet. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WinBet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today. Welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford. I am sadly back in Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is Friday, September the 16th, and we are here to handicap a full slate of games, although we'll be getting a shortened lock dog total format for Saturday, September the 17th. It is a two-man go tonight. And my partner in picks is Mr. Dylan Rockford. Dylan, how you doing? It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a while. Good for you to be back. I'm happy. I heard all the stories, and good for you. I'm glad you're back safe and sound, and looked like you had a good time out in Vegas.
I had a great time, mate. Yeah, I'm not going to bore everyone with more tales, but I had lots of fun. I started the financial recovery tonight. I've been back out at work tonight for the first time. So I had to start making a few quid back after coming back with coins is what I came back with. Not a single note, Dylan, was in my pocket when I landed at Newcastle Airport. It was about $2.75 in coins.
Wow.
Fight back started tonight. What we're going to do tonight, we know it's a busy weekend for everybody, including yourselves as well as us. We're going to give you a little lock dog tour, a little fun format that we do sometimes. 3 picks each from me and Dylan to get us going for the Saturday slate. Captain Insano is in the chat as always. Captain Insano has got enough time to consume everything. I'm still clinging on to us. Well, I see I'm beating him 7-1 in the semi-final of this D-Gens League, but it's closer than it sounds. One hit or one strikeout or something like that could flip this round. So I made a couple of waiver wire pickups today, Captain. I don't know if you noticed. I got Dustin May going for me. Fingers crossed I stay ahead there. The picks we will get to in a minute. But before that, I will just tell you about a couple of our sponsors. WinBet is our headline sponsor here. It's the perfect time to join. If you bet $100, you'll get a $100 free bet. The WinBet Casino is open 24 hours a day. You'll get a 100% deposit there, up to $1,000. And WinBet have their own same game parlay feature as well. Build your own bet. Lots to choose from. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com so they know that we sent you sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today. Offer subject to change. T's and C's at winbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WinBet is available. If you're someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. The Elias Sports Bureau, a new sponsor here. The Elias Game Plan app is what you need to download. You will know the Elias Sports Bureau, the official statisticians of the US Pro Sports Leagues, including the NFL. All the info you could possibly want on their expert game analysis, whether you're having a bet or setting your fantasy lineup. Really well respected and well researched app. This is so for your NFL picks, 14-day free trial is what we're offering here. If you download the Elias Game Plan app, use our promo code SGPN. The App Store or Play Store today is the place to get it. So that is the Elias Game Plan app with the code SGPN. And finally, Fubo TV for all your football watching. Everything you need to know, college, NFL, Red Zone, 4K, no extra charge as well. No contract, no commitment, cancel at any time. Get 15% off your first month. Go to FuboTV.com/SGP. That's FUBOTV.com/SGP. Okay, we have one lock, one dog, and one total each. I do not care where we start. Dylan, do you want to start with your strongest bet? Do you want to start with your weakest bet? What are you going to hit us with?
Let's start with the totals. Let's go totals first.
Okay.
All right. I'll start us off. Let's go to the Rockies and Cubs matchup. So I got the Cubs minus 190 favorite, minus 1.5. I have it minus 105. As for my total, set it at 10.7. I see 9s out there, 9.5s. So I'm going to go there for my total play. I took the over. I feel like this total is low. It's going to be a windy afternoon in Chicago. We got 11-mile-an-hour winds blowing out into center. So I think we see some runs in this one. I know both teams have been playing in some low-scoring games, but when Urena and How do you think you pronounce this last name? Westnisk
Oh,
for
who is it?
for the Cubs.
Cubs tomorrow.
Yeah,
Let me see.
because
I
I
didn't get
can't
there was that
pronounce
was
it.
TBD when I was handicapping earlier on. It's not Ken Waldichuk though, Dylan. Whoever it is.
No.
Let me. Wesneski.
Wineski, yeah. So I think both pitchers are susceptible to give up some runs. Urena just gave up 6 runs in 5 innings to the Reds in his last start on the road. And the Cubs pitcher, he's only making his 3rd start of the season. And I think he did pitch all right in his first 2 starts, but I think we start to see some regression come from him. So with the wind blowing out, 2 pitchers I really want to fade. So I'm going to take a shot on the over here.
Yeah, this does look. So when you look at a game, sometimes Dylan, you think right, that's going to go over, and then you start looking for things to make you change your mind, and there's nothing in this to make you change your mind. The we backed the over today. Munaf was keen on the over in this Rockies Cub games. I know he tweeted it out actually, saying there'd been some line movement from 8 to 8.5. He still liked it. I followed him in and actually bet it. And it was really disappointing. The Cubs won it 2-1, which in actual fact makes me a little bit more confident that this could go over tomorrow. The fact there was a dearth of runs today, maybe both teams can find the bats tomorrow. So
Yeah.
No issues with that. And Urania, having had a couple of decent starts early on, which were kind of surprising, he has regressed to the mean, if not beyond it. So yeah, I'm happy with the over there. My total is going to be, I'm taking over 7.5 in the Phillies and the Braves game, where you have Aaron Nola going for Philadelphia and Jake Odorizzi going for Atlanta. Firstly, I think Odorizzi is the most vulnerable of this entire Atlanta rotation. He's normally good for at least 2. If you look at his game log, he's good for at least 2 runs. But in his last 4 starts, 2 of them have gone for 4 and 5. So he's given up runs. He's going to put us in with a chance here. We're going to get minimum 2. We could get up to 3, 4, 5 here out of Odorizzi because the Phillies can hit. The Phillies have been in decent form lately, actually. Aaron Nola, his 3.31 ERA on the season is decent, but in his last 5 starts, he's given up an 8 and a 5 in there as well. So both pitchers have been capable of going for a few. Aaron Nola has faced Atlanta 3 times this season. First time, 26th of May, was scoreless. However, since then, the 30th of June, he gave up 4, and the 26th of July gave up 5. So anything approaching those numbers, 3, 4, 5, from either pitcher, puts us right in this wheelhouse here. And I'll take the over 7.5. Again, both offenses very capable of hitting as well. So I like that. I like that low number, Dylan. Well, I mean, you're the number king here, so you always tell me after I've made my case that I'm wrong. So you're going to do it again.
I actually like this one. I said that was going to be my total, but I like the other one a little more, the one that I took. But this was going to be my total play as well. I was going to take the over. I set my total at 8.3. The only thing that worries me is it's going to be wind blowing in Georgia tomorrow. We got 7-mile-an-hour winds blowing in, but that always doesn't mean everything. So
yeah, 7 mile an hour is not very much. Dylan. It's a light breeze. You see all these. This is all my new Vegas handicapping skills that I learned. That's why I'm coming down on the right side as you, Dylan. You're going to see your whole new Malcolm for the month of September and the playoffs here on the MLB Gambling Podcast. Okay, totals are in the books. Let's go with our underdogs now. Dylan, lead us off.
Yeah, so as my underdog, I'm going to go with the Royals here on the road. I actually made the Royals a favorite. I made them a short favorite at -105. Brady Singer is great value in my opinion at +135. I think this is more of a play against Rich Hill than a play on Singer. I do think Singer is the better pitcher, but he's just 1-2 on the road. Rich Hill is just, he's not really a guy I want to back at home. He gives up at least 3-4 runs per outing at home. And I think if the Royals are able to tack on a few runs, Brady Singer will be able to limit the Red Sox batter. So the Royals, they have won the last 2 meetings between these teams. So I think they keep it going. The Red Sox are not playing good baseball. Give me the Royals to upset them at +135.
Yeah, I like Brady Singer. He's been going along really, really well. And he's just kind of waiting for Rich Hill to to take a full step. He's just not someone he'd throw in the odd decent star, but I'd struggle to find a spot where I really fancy him to go well. And Casey is underdogs, I think, have been quite kind to us here on the podcast this season. Dogs, I struggled with this, and actually, the dog that I picked, I don't think it's a dog anymore. We often have this thing where I'll handicap. I handicapped this 5 or 6 hours ago, and I saw a dog. There was 3 pick'ems on this card tomorrow. So as you were going down the list of games, I'm trying to remember what these 3 pick'ems were now, because they were all decent games as well. One was the Phillies and the Braves. They were both teams were minus 110 there. One was the Yankees and the Brewers, which was Tyone against Woodruff. And the other one was the Padres and the D-backs, which was Musgrove against Zach Gallen. Because I looked at I wanted to take an underdog in all 3 of those. I was thinking Brewers, I was thinking Phillies, and I was thinking D-backs. And I couldn't find they were all, like I say, they were all minus 110. I made a pick here at plus 125, which I am now seeing at minus 110. Be interesting to see if you're seeing any different lines, Dylan, or what you made your prices at. And it was the LA Angels against the Seattle Mariners. Shohei Ohtani going against George Kirby. This was really due, like I said, I didn't have an awful lot to choose from. The Angels going to have to win a game now and again. I know they've lost 4 in a row and they've been kind of on the side. But if they are going to win one, it's going to be behind Shohei Ohtani, I think. So, yeah, that was pretty much my only angle in on this one. George Kirby's been absolutely great, but he is a young guy. And I just thought at the prices at plus 125, I like the Angels in this situation. That's now shifted to minus 110. So, again, a little bit up in the air, but I don't have anything else. I mean, have you seen a price on this? What did you make your lines, Dylan?
So I made my lines, the Angels minus 120, minus 1.5 is plus 170. I like George Kirby, and I'm a big believer in the Mariners, but I think we're getting a discounted price at the better pitcher in Ohtani. And honestly, the Angels, I know they haven't been playing the best baseball. They've lost 4 in a row, but with their ace on the mound at home, you got to think they're going to turn it around. So I do like the play on the Angels, to be honest.
I mean, there's, as far as dogs go, you're then either looking at Oakland or Pittsburgh, really. And you don't want to take either of them. Well, I think we took Pittsburgh maybe tonight, actually, to turn over your New York Mets. Everyone was just on them in your absence. Just having a look at where are Toronto on this list. Let me find Toronto.
Toronto is a big favorite, and Captain Insano did say possible blow-up spot for Barrios.
Toronto playing tomorrow?
Yeah, they're playing the Orioles.
Of course they are, yeah. So,
but are you a believer in Kyle Bradish?
Yeah, Kyle Bradish would give you a chance, I think. I think I said on last night's show, I don't think the Orioles are going to have a very good end of the season now. I think they've overachieved a hell of a lot up to this point. And I just think they're going to blow up and maybe just sort of disappear away. As fun as they've been and as good as stories it's been, I think fading the Orioles between now and the end of the season could be a good sign. But yeah, Captain Insane was pointing out that the Berrios blow-up spot is very, very apparent. And Kyle Bradish has been going really well. So yeah, that's another one there. We'll give you our locks as well in this little truncated show after I've told you about No House Advantage, changing the game by offering the most dynamic fantasy sports platform available today. You can play in pick-em contests versus other people for the shot at winning over $250,000 in cash. Download the app, choose a contest, pick your player props, and earn points for being correct. You can climb your leaderboards to win big money every day. Test your skills versus the house to win 20 times your entry. You can play NFL, NBA, MLB, PGA, MMA, and NASCAR. Sign up with the promo code SGPN at nohouseadvantage.com or download the app to get a first deposit match up to $25. So yeah, make sure to check that out. No House Advantage, and experience daily fantasy sports redefined, because it's not just how you play, but also where you play, and you will not want to miss out on this. Promo Guy US. If you're interested in plus EV betting strategies, that's the place to find it. You can make consistent profits, the average ROI of 25%, and a VIP Discord group that puts even deeper plus EV analytics right at your fingertips. They don't simply tell you what team is probable to win, but where you'll get the best odds, which is vital, and how to track down and cash in big on constantly changing promotions. Go to promoguide.us to check out the 100% tracked, transparent and proven method for betting smarter. Promoguide.us, you'll get consistency. Consistency gives you profit. And finally, Sleeper, the fastest growing fantasy platform. We've talked a lot about the new over or under game, which is the first sports contest built into your fantasy experience. You can just click on your player in your fantasy team if you think he's going to have a good week, i.e. Patrick Mahomes, take the over on his passing yards line, select your own stake, and then you can win 2 to 20 times your money just by being on there. The thing to do is download the Sleeper app, use the code SGP. So it's sleeper.com/SGP. Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100 with the promo code SGP. T's and C's apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Okay, Dylan, time for the biggie lock of the day. What have we got?
Yeah, so you mentioned the game that was kind of a pick'em, and we're going to go out west to the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Diego Padres for my lock. I'm going to take a shot with the Snakes at home. Love the pitching matchup between Musgrove and Gallen. Both teams are struggling. San Diego, they've lost 4 of their last 5. D-backs, they've lost 4 of their last 6. 4 and 6 in their last 10, excuse me. But Zach Gallen, perfect, 6-0 at home, and the team has won their last 5 games that he started at home. He's only faced the Padres once, and they did light him up pretty good, but the D-backs were able to still get the win. So I think he's a little better than Musgrove. Musgrove gives up a lot of more contact and runs on the road than at home. He's faced the D-backs twice and had decent outings. It just comes down to I trust Gallen more in this spot. So I'm going to roll with the Snakes at home as my lock at -115.
Hey, Zach Gallen's been absolutely outstanding. Like, his numbers are frightening. Bear in mind, he's been on that really rather horrible D-back team. I think is he 8-1 on the road or something like that. All his home is absolutely nuts. Like, and I faded the Padres last night on the show. I just don't trust them at all. They've got a couple of pitches are going okay. Yu Darvish has figured out, and Blake Snell's come back strong after a wobbly start. But the lineup, I know they're getting Brandon Drury back off the IL tonight, which I think will make a difference. But yeah, I've got no problem with that at all. There's been a little bit of line movement in favour of the D-backs as well. They're -115 now. San Diego out to -105. So there's some money that thinks the same as you there, Dylan. My lock is going to be, and it's not a very fancy price. I saw this at -150. We often have these unit and a half plays. Noah likes his unit and a half plays on a -150. I've actually seen it move to -156 now, but I'm going to stick with it because it was -150 when I picked it. And that's going to be the Chicago White Sox at the Detroit Tigers tomorrow. Johnny Cueto is the pitcher for the White Sox, who I'm going to take here. He's taking on Eduardo Rodriguez for Detroit. Cueto's had 2 blow-up starts, actually, in his last 4. But I think they're very much outliers, and there's no better way to get back on track than going to see Dr. Detroit. They'll sort out any problems that a pitcher has. I watched Erod last week. He struggled very much against Houston. A spot I actually thought would go well. I was sitting watching it with Cousin Mush, and Cousin Mush had Houston on the run line, and I wasn't sure about that. I thought Erod would go well, and he didn't. So the White Sox are still fighting for the division. Detroit haven't fought very hard all season for anything, really. So, yeah, it just looked like a decent spot to me. Better team, better pitcher. Not a very glamorous place, but at -150 or thereabouts. I was happy to take it as my lock, Dylan.
Yeah, I mean, this is a total stay away from me. I only made the White Sox a -140 favorite, but
okay,
it's either White Sox or pass for me. I think they are the right side, and I think Cueto, like you said, those last 2 starts are an outlier. Most of the season he has pitched well, so you got to think he'll bounce back here against a struggling Detroit team.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you go. No messing about. Me and Dylan have bashed out a lock dog total. 20 minutes there for your easy Saturday consumption. Dylan, anything fun happening the rest of the weekend? Any college football picks for us? I had my first college football experience last Saturday. I had no idea what was going on at any point, but I very much enjoyed it. So, are you a college football watcher?
I love college football. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got like 11, 12 plays right now.
Ooh.
So, yeah, my favorite play, UTSA plus 12.5.
UT, I need to write this down. I was getting very confused last week with me UCFs and me UFCs and me Michigan this and me Florida Gators, and we talked about the Oregon, there was the Ducks and the Beavers, and it was all very, very confusing. And Sanfords and Stanfords and stuff like that. So it's a bit much for me, but I'll try. I've written UTSA down. Let's see what I can turn up tomorrow.
Malcolm, are you still in the survivor pool?
No.
Oh man, what was your play? The Panthers?
Yes.
Wow, Baker.
Are you going to issue me with a full and frank apology? Because I'm pretty sure it was you. You gave me that steer about 4 weeks ago.
It was me. I lost.
It was you. Yeah, it was you.
Yeah. So I lost on that bet as well. The only 2 plays I lost week 1, I took my Jets. They got run out of the building.
Yeah, they did.
And then the Panthers. I thought Baker had it, but I can't believe they lost.
There was a couple of, they almost scored too quick. They left 90 seconds on the clock, and then there was a dog shit roughing the passer call, which got them a first down inside the last minute. And then the bloody rookie comes and makes a 94-yard field goal. So there was a lot of things that stacked up against us. But I mean, in the Survivor, if you go out in week 10, it's the same result as going out in week 1. So I don't think it was a bad play, because at no point again were you ever going to take the Panthers. And you need to keep the big gun. So I had no real issue with it, Dylan, as much as I'm like, I can blame you for it, but I think it was a decent move. It was a decent play, because, like I say, go out in week 4 or 5, and Captain Insano was showing off because he had the Eagles. I mean, they very nearly went as well. They tried their best to blow that against the Tigers, but. Yeah, I'm looking forward to another NFL Sunday evening. Okay, thanks, Dylan. I appreciate that. Thank you, Captain. I hope you have terrible luck for the rest of the weekend, personally. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Some variation of the gang will be back on Sunday night to handicap Monday's games. Good luck with all your bets, NFL, MLB, or anything else. Until then, we will see you down the road. Cheers.